it's me, RachaelLyn, and today is Financial Friday. This is my August budget recap. So where I like to start normally is in my notes section. I don't really have a lot of notes. I actually, honestly, I've kept track of everything, but I wasn't as detailed about things as I normally am. I have to go ahead and pause and apologize if you hear some noise or some rumbles. It's actually storming right now, and this is really, honestly the best time for me to do this video, despite the storm outside. So I apologize for any noise that the weather is making. So anyway, I don't really have any notes. I don't know. I'll just explain as I go along. So there wasn't anything that I needed to, completely remember, I guess, to tell you, because it's kind of self-explanatory this month. So I'm just going to dive right in, and the first thing I'm going to do is look at my income, which is a pretty nice income, because of Diet Bet. My 6-month Diet Bets ended this month, and had I actually won every single month, I would have made quite a bit more money, but yeah. I did win all of them overall, and I did actually make money on every single one of them, and I am very excited about that. So right here is my income. I had my regular paycheck of $1127.70, and then I actually had, and that I get at the end of July, and then that was my last paycheck for the last school year. So my new paycheck started down here on August 15th, and I have a slight pay increase. I did get a little bit of a raise, somewhat, just kind of like as a cost of living raise. So I now get, about $22 more per paycheck. So that's actually about $44 a month. So I guess it's not bad when you add it up together like that. I had some interest from my Capital One accounts, from my savings accounts that I have through there, as well as my checking account. And then I have Diet Bet, and I was actually really hoping that I would get paid this month from doing the kindergarten camp in July, but I have not seen that money. I don't know when I'll get it. Hopefully I will get it in September, because, I don't have it now, so hopefully I'll get it at some point. I do trust that I will get it. It's just I'm just anxious for it, I guess. So instead of my regular paycheck amount of $22.48.78, I actually have $29.33. So I need quite a bit of extra money this month. Alright, I'm going to skip this, even though you've probably maybe already looked at it. I don't know. But I'm going to go over to my accounts over here. I don't really fill this in until I kind of talk to you and do this. So I give $25 a week to my church, and so I gave $100 this month. I have my student loans account. I did not add any money to that this month, because of having extra money to go towards my teaching budget for the month of August. I have not added any money into my savings account yet, but I am about to tell you how much is going to go in there. I did not add anything to my extra checking account. This is a separate checking account that I opened up simply to get bonus money from, and I have received all the bonuses. I still have money in that account. I'm just kind of holding on to it for a little bit, trying to figure out if I want to keep that account further on down the line, or if I want to close that account or close a different account. I haven't really decided yet, so I'm just kind of keeping some money in there, and it was just a nice little bonus, some extra money that I made. So there's that one, and then oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got them confused. These two are switched, but then there's also so that's actually my additional checking, and then my extra checking is my Capital One 360 account. That one I never add money to. It's just half of my emergency fund. The other half of my emergency fund is in my main bank account, and I just keep them split up just so that there's a little cushion in there, just so that I don't accidentally overdraw or anything like that. So I just keep it in there. So And then my sinking funds, of course, I will be adding more money to that, which I will talk about in just a moment, but my interest just kind of automatically goes into that account at the beginning of the month. So I have $6.55 I've technically put in there so far. HP Instant Ink is $15.89 per month. My Verizon bill is $53.09, and then my Netflix bill is $10.99. Okay, so the rest of this is not going to look all that pretty, but it's actually way better than last month. Last month, I think I went over by $400 in my teaching budget. I did go over, but it's not that bad. Not even by a long shot. So I did a really good job trying to stay under and keep my costs down to a minimum. So I'm actually kind of thinking that next year I will pad my teaching budget a little bit more in July than August, and I did the opposite this year just because I didn't think that I'd spend all that much in July, because most of my classroom getting togetherness was happening in August, but I actually made most of my purchases ahead of time, and then I planned to roll it over if I needed it. So I don't, if I was planning to roll it over, I don't know why I just didn't start with a higher amount and then roll it over into the next month. But I mean, I guess I still would have gone over both months had I done that, probably, just because I went over so much. But I don't know. I don't know. And next year, hopefully, I won't have to spend as much money, because I bought some furniture and some things like that I won't need next year. So anyway, hopefully I won't go over. So I'm going to go ahead and look at my teaching budget here, because it's a long one. So I've got Target, Amazon, School Specialty, Amazon TPT, that's Teachers Pay Teachers, Kentucky School Service, which is a teacher store here in Louisville, Amazon, TPT, Walmart, Target, Scholastic. That one, I'm so proud of myself. Actually, it was my assistant's she told me about another teacher that got mailboxes. They're made out of cardboard, but they're mailboxes for the students to put their work in, put their folders in, some things like that, just to help sort things. And I was looking at them on Amazon, and I was considering purchasing, $50, $60 for mailboxes, and made out of cardboard, mind you. And my assistant told me about another teacher in the school that actually got theirs from Scholastic using points. And I have a ton of Scholastic points because I've had a lot of kids buying books, and you earn points for your classroom, and it's really nice and convenient. Last year I got 24 seat pockets, chair seat pockets for my whole class, and I didn't spend a dime of my own money. The Scholastic, I ended up spending $3.50 for shipping. I think it was for shipping, just because I didn't buy any books, and I didn't spend $25 is what it was. So it was spend $25 and get books, but then go over in my budget, or spend $3.50 for shipping. I literally spent $3.50 for shipping for these mailboxes, and they're great, and they're exactly what I need in the classroom, and I'm so excited I did not spend $50 or $60, or even $25, even if they came with books. No, I didn't need to do that. So then I also went to Walmart, TPT, Amazon, and I even have some things that I need to take back to Walmart, Target, and the dollar store from the month before, because I don't need this stuff. It's still kind of sitting in my car. I just have not had an opportunity to go to the store to take all this stuff back, but I do have some stuff to take back, so hopefully I can get some money back. But anyway, that all came out to $623.56. My budget was $500 for this month, so I was over $123.56. So that's not that bad, because it was $400 over last month, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not too disappointed in myself. I'm actually kind of okay with that. So gas over here, just because it's right here, I spent $25, $25.48, $26.64, $25.48. I went to Northern Kentucky. Actually, all the way to Cincinnati. Oh, I didn't drive there. I just met all the girls in Northern Kentucky. So I have several friends in Northern Kentucky, and we get together every so often, to meet up and just kind of hang out. And we had a girls' day, and so you'll see that down below. And it really actually did not cost all that much, but it did cost me some gas. So there's an extra tank of gas in there. Plus, this tank of gas, July 31st, technically should have been on last month, but I was trying to squeeze some money. So if I took that $25 off, I was really only over this month by one tank of gas. And that's because I had to drive, well, I didn't have to, but I chose to drive to Northern Kentucky to have a girls' day with my friends. So it's really not that bad, because that should have been on last month, but oh well. Then we can go over here and look. These are from sinking funds, so I don't feel like I should go over them next, but they're here and you can see it. So Progressive, I have my car insurance for 6 months. That was $390.40. I had all the money in my sinking funds for that, plus a little extra. So that came out of that sinking fund, which I'll show you the sinking funds later. And then I had to go to Big O Tires twice. I had a tire that blew. And that wasn't so bad, but I actually needed to replace 2 of my tires, which cost $235.34, and my brother thinks that I was ripped off, but I really, my car, if you look, on the inside where it has your recommended tire specs and stuff, they're really expensive tires that I'm supposed to have. The recommendation from Big O was actually that I replace all 4 tires to get the correct size that I'm supposed to have on my car, which would have been $800. That's a lot of money. And I decided not to do that. And I just got 2 tires of the size that are currently on my car. And I don't know how my car got those size tires, but that's what I had. And so I just kind of replaced the 2 that had to be replaced. And then I actually had to go back to Big O because my brakes were going out. Well, not going out, but they were squealing and squeaking and all of that. And then I also got my tire pressure monitoring system, that's TPMS, and the sensor. I had to get a new sensor and get that fixed. I don't know if you have been watching my videos for very long, but back in February, March, somewhere in there, I had a tire issue. And I was really excited because I got away with just spending, it was $60 or something. All I needed was a new tire pressure thing with a sensor so that my car would read it. Well, all this time my car has not been reading that sensor because they were not able to align it with my car's reading system. It's kind of a long explanation, I guess, but anyway, I was so pissed at this place because they did not fully fix my tire like I expected them to. And I've been riding around with my tire pressure light on and my TPMS light on, and I think that's why my tire blew. It's a different tire, but I think that's why I didn't know that it was going low. I didn't know that it was flat when I'm driving on it because I had no idea. And so I went on ahead and got that fixed as well. And so the brakes and all of that was $343.64. I did not have this much money together, all of that in my car repair replacement fund. So it's got to come from something else. Honestly, that's just what it's got to come down to. But I will talk about that in just a moment. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my groceries. IGA, it's actually a gas station, but I bought some breakfast and lunch and stuff, food for at school while I was working on my classroom. I went to Walmart, Kroger, Thornton's Kroger. There's a lot of Kroger on here because I actually was buying stuff for school, but groceries to have at school. But then, let's see, there's this one and this one. Yes, it's those two. I think it's those two. They are buying snacks for my students. As a teacher, I am responsible for buying snacks for my students. I do get reimbursed, so that's good. And I will show that in my income. and then just take it out of my grocery budget. So starting next month, I think I'm going to raise my grocery budget for groceries because I'll be buying the students' snacks. I didn't do that last year. My assistant did that for me, and she just took the reimbursement, and it was fine, but I just I feel like that should be my responsibility because I'm the teacher, and I don't know. I just feel like that should be my responsibility. So I'm kind of like taking that back. I didn't do it because like I don't do the grocery shopping at home. My brother does all the grocery shopping. So I just didn't worry about it. But I'm just gonna have to make that time because I just feel like that should not be my assistant's responsibility at all, even though she was fine with it. I just don't feel like I should. Okay, so moving on, I did go over a little bit, and I think that's because of, really, honestly, that is because I started buying the snacks when I wasn't planning on it. So, I don't know if I'm going to have to up this amount, more than $100, because that's more than what it was, I think. But I can see, I mean, like, it's only 2 weeks worth of snacks. I won't normally spend that much, but I was buying fruit. We did, like, all the colors of the rainbow and had a different color a day, and so I was buying, like, I bought a fruit that matched the color every day, except for, so white was popcorn and brown was chocolate graham crackers. So, everything else was, like, a fresh fruit or vegetable that matched the color. So, it won't always be that expensive, but, yeah, I might have to up this grocery budget, but I will be actually getting paid more. Technically, it's not really paid more, but I will be getting reimbursed for snack. Okay, so in my spending allocation, I got money from my dad right here. That was $40. That was for we had our church picnic, and you like put a dime on a number and they spin a wheel and you can win a prize. I probably spent like $5, like that's it. And the rest of it, I've spent a lot of extra money on restaurants that is not recorded because of cash. Just because of the way that the last several weeks have gone. So then I went to the movies with a friend, on August 5th. And we saw Christopher Robin, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it. I laughed, I cried, so good. And then I got cash out of the ATM for the girls' day out. We went to Coney Island in Cincinnati, and I wasn't really sure how much I owed my friends because we did a Groupon thing, and I ended up giving one friend was $19 and the other friend was $16, and I couldn't remember. I was thinking like $30 to each person, I think, just because I think I added it in my head and thought it was that much, and then I wanted a little extra money for like food and anything else that I might need money for, but it ended up not being a whole lot, but I probably have like $10 left in my wallet now after all this cash that I've gotten out, just because of all of the eating out that I've done. So looking at my restaurant budget, I spent a lot of money early on in the month. I was going out with my coworkers a lot more than I anticipated. I guess we were just all really excited to see each other at the beginning of the year. We went to Chex, that was a coworker thing. McDonald's, that was breakfast, I think. Panera, that was stupid of me. I mean, it says right here, I'm an idiot. I went to Panera specifically to use my gift card, and I forgot to use my gift card. Dunkin' Donuts, had to have coffee. McDonald's, church supper. Oh, that was, we went to dinner at the church picnic, and I put that on my card, and my Aunt Doris gave me $22 cash. So I got cash, but I did pay for it on my card. McDonald's again, I think that was dinner. The Goat, that is a dinner restaurant, and that was a lot more expensive than I thought that it was going to be. And then we went out to dinner, or we went out to lunch after a opening teacher thing. That was $18, so I spent a lot of money early on, and then I just kind of used cash whenever I went out, and I have eaten out a lot. Sometimes it was good and sometimes it was bad. You can check my Weigh In Wednesday videos for the update on that. But a lot this last week, I've been using a lot of cash. This was last week. my mom was in the hospital, and so like just a lot of eating out. She is back. She's home. She just came home today. It's Friday, just so you know, and she just came home today, which is really exciting. My parents went out to dinner, and it's the last day of the month. I said, okay, then I'm going to stay home. Partly so that I can get this video done, but partly because I didn't want to spend money, even though it's the last day of the month, and I could kind of maybe fudge it and put it towards next month, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm not spending that money. So I'm over in just about every category. But that's okay, because I made a lot of extra money this month. So, not that I want to do that every time, but it's not like I'm dipping in. I'm not going in the negative. I'm still ending up on the positive side. So, looking over here, it's just basically everything that I've talked about, and I've already talked about it in detail fully, so I'm just kind of gonna breeze through all of this. I had already planned on spending $75 over budget, but I knew that I would be making more than that, and I've made more than, I made a lot more than that. I actually made over almost $700 extra this month, so I'm really excited about that. And that's without getting paid from kindergarten camp yet, so I'm really excited. My sinking funds, of course, they have been depleted. I started out with $24.86.95. I currently have $15.17.57 in that account. If I add in my full amount that I planned on adding in, then I should have $17.86.44. But I think I'm gonna put a little bit more. I gotta do some calculating here. So looking at my main bank account, it says that I have $18.42.37 in my account, but I should have $18.41.75. So I'm not really sure how I ended up 62 cents over. I don't know if I put something in wrong. I don't know if I put like 5 things in wrong. I could have put 62 things in wrong. I don't know. I've done something wrong and I can't find it. I've looked everywhere for it. I can't find it. So I'm just gonna put it somewhere. I don't know. And just hopefully next month will equal out. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how I got 62 cents over. I can't find it, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. So these are my accounts for my student loans account. I did not add any money in this month. I am now depleted down to $11.08. I would like to keep it at like $1,000 cushion in there. So this next month I will be adding money into it. My sinking funds, I will be adding money. My extra checking will stay the same, and then my savings account, I will add some money in there, and then there is the $100 that I have earned. It's still in there, and I'm just going to let it sit in there for right now. This is what I need to do. I need to take the $18.42.37 and then subtract my $250 emergency fund, and then that is actually what I have to go towards my sinking funds and my extra savings. Alright, so doing the math real quick, I have $15.92.37 to go towards my sinking funds and my savings account. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put $1,000 in my savings account here, and then I'm going to put $592.37 over here, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. So if you would like to see how I allocate my sinking fund money, especially when I do more than what I have planned, then you need to watch my September setup video, which should already be up. I should have posted that last week, and you can watch that. And if you enjoy these budget videos, I urge you to please subscribe, and I do them once a month. I do a budget setup video, and I do a budget recap video every month. I also like to talk about other financial things when I can. I am a very busy teacher at the beginning of the school year, and so I don't always get all my videos up, but I also do weigh-in Wednesdays where I talk about my weight loss journey, and then I try to do some kind of teaching Tuesday, or might do a classroom setup or classroom video of some kind when I can on Tuesdays. So I try to post at least 1 to 5 videos a week. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about my terrible overage in my budget, but I don't feel too bad just because of the circumstances of the month. Although, I shouldn't have spent that much in restaurants at the very beginning of the month. So anyway, that is it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so doing math real quick, I have $15.92.37